Some people that really used to ask me some really good questions. I like it when they hit me with a hard one. Because it's so simple. I always tell them to take it back to the fact that you are a man and you have a right and the government has a privilege. So when the government tries to box you in a corner, you just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of fighting with you people. You know what, I'm throwing the old common law card on the table. You know what, we're moving this over to common law. Is anybody going to stand in court in the common law in their full liability as a man? See, because when I get into the arguments when people try to bring trust law up, I go, man is always the trustee. The man is never the beneficiary. He's a trustee. And they're like, oh, boo, that's ridiculous. It's like, no, because man bears full liability. And a trustee is liable for the assets of the fund. So when everybody says, oh, the trustee, it's like, oh, well, if you appointed somebody to be your trustee and they messed up, it's still your fault because you should have picked better. It's like you should have picked a better husband. You should have picked a better wife. You know, it's like, well, the husband was horrible and the wife was horrible. It's like, maybe you should have picked better. Maybe it wasn't them. Maybe it was you. Did you ever think of that? Did they put a gun to your head and tell you to marry him? No. You did it on your own free will? Well, you picked that trustee. You picked a politician to represent you. You picked that judge. You allowed the one man in the black robe to judge you. He's your trustee. Oh, well. If he destroys everything that you ever dreamed and hoped and wished for, oh, well, maybe you should have picked the judge better. Maybe you should have picked the jury. And when you got a jury, you get to determine, who sits on a trial. You get to ask them questions. You get to say, okay, you know what, I like that guy. Nah, I really don't like that guy. I'll pick that guy. So, like I said, I love messing with people's heads when we talk about trust law because they say, well, what happened to the trustee embezzles your money and the trustee takes office? It's your fault. You're a man. You should have known better. You should have picked a better friend or a better trustee or a better bank or a better attorney because when you pick the bad attorney, you're the one who sits in jail, not the attorney. So you should have just picked somebody better next time.